Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves. And today I want to talk about the Mozart string quintets, which were the subject of a repertoire video a while back, really one of the earlier ones I did. And so I think it's salutary to revisit the topic again because the quintets are absolutely the greatest pieces that Mozart wrote in the chamber music realm, better even than his string quartets. They really are. I mean, Mozart as a string quartet composer was very great. I mean, the Haydn quartets are amazing. His later ones, the Prussian quartets, I think they're a little bit less interesting. Mozart initiated, for me, the school of quartet writing that stated that you only have four players and you always have to give someone something to do and they all have to be equivalent all the time, which is not a healthy path to take. It has since messed up quite a few composers. I think it messed up early Beethoven to a degree until he learned more from Haydn how to really write quartets, and from the middle quartets on, although the early ones are beautiful, but there's a density and a busyness about them that he learned to unpack later on. Because the truth about string quartets is that while all four instruments are potentially equal, they aren't in real life. In real life, a string quartet is a mixture of trios and duos and sometimes all four and solos, and it's that variety of texture that makes the writing so interesting. And that's something Haydn always understood that later composers did not. I mean, really did not. So the Mozart quartets show some signs, the late ones, of that sense of overwriting. But the quintets, it's a totally different universe. And the reason is because just that extra viola, it gives you an opportunity to have harmony in three parts and melodic line, even harmonized melodic lines in the other two. It's a little bit richer. You have the richness of sonority that a composer like Mozart adored by default. He doesn't have to work to get it. It's just there. So he's free to concentrate on just writing fabulous music for this gorgeously rich and succulent and marvelous ensemble. And my goodness, these pieces are amazing. They're absolutely amazing. The two really big ones are the ones in C major and, of course, the G minor, which is one of the spookiest and most emotionally gripping and taxing pieces of music in the entire repertoire. And then the last one in E flat, which is Mozart's homage to Haydn, which is it's funny and it's concise and it's very similar to what Haydn would have done, and I'm sure Haydn thought so when he played it. He must have been very gratified. But these quintets are just miracles of chamber music, and they are far too little known. And the reason, of course, is because there are no standing string quintets. As ensembles, there aren't enough string quintets to justify it, really, as a regular sort of thing. Because, the quintet medium either has two cellos, like Boccherini did, or Schubert, or two violas, like Mozart did. So the ensemble is not a regularly codified group, and so you need to have extra artists. And so they don't get played as much as they should. They've been recorded, however, quite frequently, thank goodness. And the recording that I love more than any other that I reach for is the Auryn Quartet with Nobuko Imai, extra viola, on the Tacet label. And the reason I like this, they're wonderful performances of the quartets. There's Grumio, who was fabulous, the Grumio set on Philips. There's the Juilliard Quartet, which is fabulous as well. All of them have their characters. There's the Thalich Quartet, which is now on La Dolce Volta, I believe, which is fabulous. Because the quality of performance in chamber music these days is just so high. The level of artistry is so high. You have many, many options in choosing this music, and they're all going to be fine. The reason I like this one particularly is, first of all, because I think the Auryn Quartet was one of the great unsung quartets in this country. I mean, they were known in Europe, and they made a fabulous series of quartets for Tacet, which is a small independent label that specializes in really first-class audiophile productions. And the guy who runs it, Andreas Speyer, is just a wonderful guy, and I think he deserves the support. It's a wonderful label. It really is. And they specialize in doing chamber music, and they find fabulous artists, and they record them in glowing sound. And these are simply stunning performances. Absolutely stunning performances. Are they better than like Rubio and Tallich and Juilliard? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When I want to hear the quintets, I pick this box of quintets. It's sitting right there where I can easily reach out and grab it when I want it. And I really, really strongly recommend, if you don't know the Mozart quintets, that you listen to them before you listen to the quartets. I think they are the essential Mozart works of chamber music. And if you are a little leery of chamber music generally, these are great pieces to get yourself started with, because they are so beautiful, so musically rich, so emotionally giving and immediate. You know, a lot of music of the classical period tends to be, people think, rather reserved and emotionally kind of bound up, but not these. Not these at all. This is Mozart letting his hair down, and the music just flows out of him. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to experience. So keep on listening, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.